Hi, my name is Melinda Gill, and this is my interpersonal communication project for Human Services 508 and for Liberty University. To begin with, I will have an introduction followed by an overarching goal, the enlarging of the conversation, my behavioral blend, potential barriers, noise pollution, and an action plan, my action plan. For communication, Stewart defines communication as the continuous, complex, collaborative process of verbal and nonverbal meaning making. Peterson states that there are two levels of communication. The first level gives and receives information, and the second level is more personal and connects us at a level of feeling and spirit. Usually the second level is how we build relationships with people and how we expand our relationships with people to a deeper level. Interpersonal communication. According to Stewart, interpersonal communication and communication that happens when the people involved talk and listen in ways that maximize the presence of the personal. Interpersonal is derived from the prefix inter, meaning between, and the word person. This is described as an exhaling and inhaling process. Exhaling is the process of giving or sending messages, and inhaling is the process in which we receive those messages. I'm very good at exhaling. I can speak when I want. I have a very good way of stating what I would needs and feelings are. However, my inhaling, which is the way I listen, is a little bit harder. I tend to listen a little more difficulty and have more distractions and things going on that affect the way I listen. My overarching goal. I want to be able to effectively communicate with others without allowing internal and external pollutants to distract me. To actively listen to the person who is talking and refrain from interrupting them, so that I may obtain a better understanding of their feelings and needs. I have a tendency to interrupt when I think that I know what someone's going to say or what they expand upon, or the line of thinking they're going to. I have a tendency to interrupt and to say what I'm feeling rather than listening to what they're feeling. Enlarging the conversation. Enlarging the conversation can be seen as maintaining an open and honest line of communication that allows each participant to be both seen and heard in turn. It creates a more effective line of communication by utilizing methods and techniques that maximize the benefits of both talking and listening. This is how we communicate. We enlarge a conversation by speaking how our needs, what we're feeling. We can, expand upon another person's ideas on how they're speaking, and we can use those to enlarge a conversation. About me. I've been married for 19 years. I have 4 handsome sons. I have an associate's degree in paralegalism and a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. Paralegalism, I decided that wasn't a road I wanted to go down, so I decided to get my degree in criminal justice because I wanted to be a probation officer. Then I decided to go a little bit further and get my master's degree in crisis counseling. I'd like to either do probation or community services of some sort, maybe child welfare or CPS, somewhere along the lines of that, to help children and achieve to be the best person that they can. I'm currently working on my master's degree in crisis counseling. I love to read, write poetry, and draw. These are something that I do on my free time, and they help to expand who I am and the way I communicate by allowing me to interpret different stories, different meanings of words, things along that line, and it allows me to express how I feel. DISC behavioral blend. The DISC behavioral blend is a process in which how we learn what our blended personality is. I have a DC or CD blended personality. This means that I am a task orientated and I take pride in my work. I focus on completing a task efficiently and accurately. Sometimes this can be an issue because I focus more on the task at hand rather than the people around me. People who are DC are direct. They are competitive. They, like to put their foot forward and get a task done, and they want it to be done correctly. They are also can be accurate, compliant, and they can also be cautious on things that they may do. They may not take risks as another person would, and if it involves their work or something that's important. My behavioral blend positives and negatives. The positives from my behavioral blend is that I'm a perfect worker. I'm task orientated. I'm a multitasker. I take pride in my work, and I focus on quality and quantity. There are some negatives to my behavioral blend. I have a dominant personality. I need to learn how to adjust that accordingly so that I don't come off so harshly to people. I'm very direct. This can make it so that I'm unapproachable. People are worried or scared to come up to me in fear that I might lash out or give them, dominate that in some way. It can also make me unresponsive. People may think that I'm, not listening to them, not paying attention to what they need or want. I can also be argumentative, and that's another negative of the behavioral blend. Potential barriers. Potential barriers for listening barriers exist when someone hears what they want to hear, not what is really communicated. My potential barriers are hearing what you want to hear. When I listen to someone speak, I tend to hear only parts of the conversation that I feel are important or interesting to me. I can be a biased listener. Within the first few minutes, I've already decided the importance of the conversation, how much time I'm going to give you, and what I'm going, and where the conversation is going to be headed and what I'm going to listen to. This can be detrimental to a conversation. To fix these barriers, it is important that I focus on the person speaking and clarify what they are trying to say. This can be done by just emphasizing what they're saying. Oh, so you would like to, and then just go ahead and say whatever it was that they had stated. This way I do not miss crucial information. Biased listening can be detrimental to a conversation, and I need to work on showing the speaker respect by allowing them to speak without me judging the content of their information. It is not my position to do that. I should allow them to get whatever it is that they need to say off their chest and listen to it attentively. Listening. Listening is an analysis of the impressions resulting from concentration, where an effort of will is required. Burley and Allen states that there are 3 levels of listening. Level 1 is empathetic listening. This is when the listener refrains from judging and places themselves in the speaker's shoes. Level 2 is hearing words but not really listening. This level is when the person hears the speaker, but they do not understand what is really trying to be said. Level 3 is listening in spurts. This level, the listener is tuning in and out of the conversation, but their focus is on themselves. They're not really listening to the speaker. They're just picking up bits and pieces that they feel are important enough to listen to. Improving listening skills. You can improve listening skills. I'm going to be improving on my listening skills by 1, avoiding distractions. Practice active listening. Keep an open mind. Plan ahead to avoid distractions, and will myself to listen to the other person, to make sure that I'm hearing what needs to be said. Concentrate and focus on the speaker. By concentrating and focusing, then you are allowing yourself to ignore the distractions around you that can, complete or distract then from what the speaker is really trying to say. Internal noise pollution. Internal noise pollution are barriers within ourselves that prevent active listening. These can be positive and negative words, emotions, physical barriers such as feeling sick, hot, cold. The solutions for these are internal noise allows us to listen more effectively if we avoid those. Now, we can engage in mindful listening by focusing on the person speaking, put all emotions or feelings aside, and actively listen to what the person is trying to say. Give the speaker our undivided attention and summarize, visualize, and associate with what the person is being said, with what is being said. External noise pollution. External noise pollution is what is happening in the world around us that is distracting. Atmosphere noises such as television, radio, phone, ringing, etc. The speaker tone or the volume, and views of outsider activity. Stewart states that when you concentrate, you can focus on the speaker without being distracted. Concentrate on the speaker is one of the solutions. Move to a room that is more quiet to speak. Turn a different direction to that so that your view is obstructed and you're not seeing distractions that can take you away from what the speaker is trying to say. And then my action plan. My action plan is to concentrate and focus to avoid distractions so that I can become an effective listener. Identify when my emotions or physical barriers are distracting me from giving the speaker my full attention, and continue to slow down and will myself to attentively listen to that so that I can ensure that I am effectively receiving the correct messages. That is how I'm going to learn how I'm going to become a better listener, is by following my action plan. Thank you for listening to me, and I appreciate it, and that is the end.